right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Clinton Navigator Bowman of the Outerhaven Productions at www.theouterhaven.net. We are here at the Force to the Rush booth at the Indie Maker booth, and I am here with Steffen Kabbelgaard of Force. What do you do? Are you the developer or the head developer?
I'm the game director and one of the two founders of the company here.
And the company is again?
It's Betadrawf, and we're like 15 people in Denmark.
All right, so it's Danish. Danish, yes. Just to make sure I got that right.
Yeah, I know.
I don't want to offend anybody. All right, so Force 2, you described this to me a little earlier as a single-player rogue-like, and a single-player rogue-like game. It's going to be coming out on PC, PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the game, the process behind creating it, story, things that can be revealed, as I know it's in beta right now?
It is. So it is the sequel, and the first one was really focused on co-op, so it is a bit surprising that we are suddenly focusing on single player. There will be a two-player co-op component coming to Force 2 in the future, but right now we are trying to champion the single-player receipt. The story in Force 1 was that you sort of had to go to this gladiator school and become a graduate there or die. So this is a continuation of the story where you sort of you're the leader of a hall of champions, and you got to choose a lot of different gladiators that you think might fit and can be the best in the world. And so you sort of build a hall of champions in that way. So the key components of the game is that it's roguelike, so it's procedurally generated, and there's a lot of punishment if you die. Additionally, there's deck building, so that is kind of like the most unique thing about the game, because in all the matches that you play, you go through a set amount of arenas, and at the end of those you fight off a boss. Now the boss also influences the arenas as you go. He puts down mines, does a firewall, everything. It depends on the boss, so you have to sort of adapt to their rhythm. And whenever you complete an arena, you get to choose or to pick a card from your deck, and it's up to you what kind of cards you bring. You have room for 30 cards for each match, and then you simply randomly take cards, kind of like in Hearthstone.
Okay.
And then it's up to you to do the perfect combination of cards for each boss, and theory craft your way on that. And there's a lot of different styles you can go. And it really makes it interesting as you go, because you sort of have an idea of what kind of character you want to develop it into in each match, and you might not always get there, and you're not just going around and hurling off the same fireball all the time. It's kind of your character is developed with a certain randomness.
All right, so essentially what you just described, it really calls for a lot of thoughts in the game.
Yeah.
A lot of pre-planning for in every round before you go, so you know you have a little bit of a strategy. Is there a way to know what to do, or is it kind of like you still have to get? Is it a lot of guesswork when it comes to creating strategy if you don't know where you're going into?
Yeah, that's a good question. You sort of learn the environment, you sort of learn the different worlds you can be in and their combination with the different bosses. You sort of know that the Fire Lord boss has a repertoire of these fire skills, and he might have this and that. So you kind of, instead of learning a level from A to B, you sort of learn the different receipts that can build up a level. And so you, whenever you start a match, you might get a few cues on what kind of boss will be there, which world is it, and then you build your deck based on those guesstimates. So you're not totally sure what you're going into, but you have some cues.
Okay, all right, definitely. So we know it's coming out. We know it's in beta right now on PC and Mac.
Yeah.
It's coming out on PS4, Xbox One. Dates as in when you project that it'll be ready for mass consumption.
Yeah, so it is a projection. We are aiming for an early access on Steam in September, and we're not sure when it will be done. Probably consoles would be a year from now or something like that, but it's hard to tell. Right now we're just focusing on the release in September.
Okay, so you heard it here from the devs at Force. September early access on Steam, projected date. It's PC, Mac only, no Linux. Consoles will probably be a year out. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for all the information and for the interview and the opportunity to check out Force 2. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Clinton Navigator Bowman of the Outerhaven Productions signing off. We'll be back with a little bit more footage later on.